Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show with your hosts, Ken Tizzard and Music for Goats. Brought to you in full color and stereo sound with amplification provided by Trainer. Broadcasting into the world from Storyhouse Studios in Campbellford, Ontario, you'll hear the best in old country, folk, Americana, punk rock, and 80s music delivered into your homes every week for free. And don't forget your regular dose of new and original songs from Music for Goats. Never be alone on a Wednesday night again, 8 p.m. Eastern and 9:30 for those of you in Newfoundland. Join the Whiskey Wednesday regulars on Facebook to be a part of the conversation, or watch on YouTube as well. Pour a drink, a cup of tea, roll up your best smoke, and sit back and relax. Don't forget to hit the share button to help spread the word. The Whiskey Wednesday Show, every week. Cheers.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing tonight? Ken Tizzard here with Music for Goats. Microphone collapsing on itself. Oh, there we go. For those of you in Radio Land, the mic just collapsed. For those of you watching at home, you just saw the mic collapse. Welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, February 25th. God damn, this year is just flying out of here, isn't it? It is. It's already February, which does mean it's almost spring, which is great. Yeah. Because spring means more skateboarding. I haven't been skateboarding. Been doing some balancing stuff for the last little while, but I haven't done any real skateboarding in months. God, I'm going a little crazy, to be perfectly honest. There's only so much you can do standing in place. But at least when the weather breaks, I will have a good start at it, so I'm looking forward to that. February 25th, tonight we have Andy Mays, singer for the Skydiggers, singer and main dancer for the Skydiggers. We talk about his 40 years of making music with Josh Finlayson, and Josh has been his partner in the Skydiggers forever throughout all the multiple lineup changes, even though the band has been pretty consistent for the last 20 years, which is cool. Anyways, it's a great interview, and Josh and Andy sent us on a little song, which is very reflective of some early material that the two of them put out that I absolutely fell in love with. We're going to get into all that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Whiskey Wednesday Show on February 25th. We've got Mr. Grant here, we've got Mr. Lucy here, we've got Stanley here, we've got Jack and Allison over there. And we are ready to play some music for you. I hope you're all doing good. It looks like we've got some people here. Nice to see. And the message board is filling up there. People from Facebook and YouTube together at once. This song, what's this song about? It's the sort of Ed Gein inspired song. I don't know if any of you have watched the Ed Gein Monster series on TV. It's really pretty good. You should probably watch it. I think it's a pretty good show for people to watch. So maybe you could just go listen to it and look at it and see how you feel.
I take it Ed has a rather unusual voice.
Ed has a very unusual voice, yes. Years ago when I can't remember who it was, somebody sent me an email, or it might have even been back in the day of letter mails, and they sent me a mail about this Canadian serial killer that never gets enough sort of respect because, he's not U.S., and he sent me all this information on him and said, maybe we should write a song about him. And I thought, well, I don't want to glorify a serial killer. But I read it, and it inspired me to continue reading about some of the other famous serial killers who are famous. And Ed Gein came up as one of them, and I didn't realize his story until that point in time, and it inspired this song. Just about how sometimes things outside your control can change your life, and you've just got to sort of keep on moving on. How you doing, Stanley? My reflection in the mirror isn't who I used to be. The person that you left behind isn't who I see. My lips, they move, tell different stories, using words I've never known. It's time to stop and call this perfect place a home. And that's all gone. It's never coming back unless
moving on. It's time to look ahead with the past behind me now, and I'm alright with that. We were so dutiful in a time and place not here. No light on subjects, we go further year on year. I'm going crazy, looking everywhere to see who I might be. With every moment growing shorter still, the space between the lines allows a little chill to blow inside. A chill to blow inside, and that's all gone. It's never coming back, and that's all gone away for good, and I'm alright with that. I'm moving on. It's time to look ahead with the past behind me now, and I'm alright with that. My reflection in the mirror isn't who I used to be. The person that you left behind isn't who I see. The smell of secrets as they smolder in your mind, unfolding thoughts and prayers and memories you'll find. It seems like yesterday I understood everything so clear, and that's all gone. It's never coming back, and that's all gone away for good, and I'm alright with that. I'm moving on. It's time to look ahead with the past behind me now, and I'm alright with that, and that's all gone. And that's all gone away for good, and I'm alright with that. A little All Gone from the No Dark, No Light record. Checking in with the clubhouse to see how everybody's doing on Wednesday, February 25th, 2027? 26. We've got a lot of hellos, a lot of highs. Ron the Goat is hidden specially tonight for you, so I'm
Good
not going
luck.
to say where it is, but good luck. You'll only see it for a split second here and there, maybe twice throughout the show. You'll see it for a millisecond, so have fun with that one. Hey GT, how you doing? Joe Murray, Deb, everybody is here. After a year now of learning bass, it seems easier to learn new songs. Yes, absolutely. You know, the great thing is you spend enough time sort of doing blues and country and stuff and learning the 1-4-5 pattern. And as soon as you do that, and if you can put your head around the two and the rest of the notes in the scale and what chords go with them, then you got it all figured out, man. It's really just that easy, right, Mr. Grant?
You bet.
Exactly. Bass is the easiest instrument to learn how to play and the hardest instrument to master. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true. I have been playing for a long time, and I'm still just learning. I don't even know about mastering.
I remember a pretty good bass joke, but we haven't got time for it. So
We got time. How long is it?
Well, you know.
Oh, it's a bass player solo joke?
Yeah, no, it's a joke about the kid that takes bass lessons, goes to take bass lessons
right,
from the guy, right? And they start off on the bottom E string and so on and so forth. And then he doesn't show up for his third lesson because he has a gig.
They only learn the first two strings. That's all you need. Bass player from Morphine, I think it is, has made a career out of a two-string bass. That's been their signature sound. Two-string bass on a slide.
Oh, there's this Jamaican guy called Brushy One String.
Ah, okay.
And it's like an acoustic guitar with one bass string.
With one bass string right
And
down
that's
the
it.
middle.
And he does reggae.
And what kind of, like, does he play it with a brush or something? It's
No,
like
no. Brushy, I think, because of his hair. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Brushy one string.
Brushy One String.
Great
Yeah, he's
handle.
all over YouTube if you want to check him out.
I got to check that out.
He's a pretty good singer, and it's very dramatic.
Okay, I'll check that out. Brushy one string.
Yeah.
Okay. Drinking from the writer's tears tonight. I'm
not sure where that one came from, but we're about to get into... No, we're not. We're only halfway through that bottle. Let me get into Al's bottle. Oh my God, we have a back pile of scotch.
All right.
So, as you guys and gals out there know, me and Allison went last year to a wedding, or tried to go to a wedding, and we had our first experience with an accessible van. And it was so wonderful that it actually kind of crushed us because it was just a rental for the weekend. So we've had our mind into it. And this last week we had to go to over to the hospital. So we called the local accessible van people that sort of come and pick you up for how much it is. And let's see that picture first. So this is Allison getting her out. Her first time out this winter. She got this new stuff for Christmas. It's like a sleeping bag that goes on her chair, and then I zip her into it, so her feet and everything are inside that, right up to her chest. And then there's the wrap around the top, which is great. So that was the picture from going to the hospital. And then Allison had a little bit of fun with it with AI. She said she thought she needed a meme, so she got herself a meme. The meme made her a little grayer than she actually is, but it was daylight out, so it was picking up on her highlights. But it's totally cute. So, yeah, we've got a whole world of accessibility coming up to us there. If you haven't gotten the podcast or the podcast or the fanzine over the last month, check this out.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm the only one ready? Really? How'd that happen?
We're all ready?
Yeah, there we go, and go.
Ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab your favorite bevy, and get comfy. It's time for the Whiskey Wednesday show. From tales of the Watchmen and Ron Hines to music for goats performances and intimate acoustic sets that make them feel like it's just for you. This show is all about the music, the guests, the memories, and the magic. Keep the vibe going all week with the Whiskey Wednesday show podcast. New episodes dropping regularly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. Plus, grab your free copy of the Whiskey Wednesday fanzine every month. Stories, pictures, and extras you won't find anywhere else, all combined by Allison. Visit www.kentizzard.com to download the new issue, subscribe, and make sure that you stay on top of all new content. Cheers to good tunes and great company.
We're back again. Looks like we're back again. That's a skip in the record there somewhere.
So I'm working on the fanzine this weekend.
Allison is finishing the fanzine this weekend. Yeah, I remember reading. We did a little read today. She reads to me part of whatever she wrote in the night the next day, which is always fun. Yeah, this one is just as good as all the other ones. They're all fucking fantastic. I have retuned. Sorry, Stan. So, in light of our guest tonight. So I've known the Skydiggers since they started. I was still in Newfoundland when I heard their music for the first time. By the time I got to Toronto, they were a staple in the circuit there, and I've been following them forever. I met Andy and the gang way back, and we've been, sort of on the same journey for so long. We kind of we were just crossing paths and having common friends and stuff. Anyways, it was so nice to sit and talk with Andy from the Diggers. But years ago, I saw Josh and Andy do a show, and I can't remember where it was. I can't remember if it was West Bend or if it was I can't remember. Anyways, they were doing some shows on the release of a duo album they had put out called Dark Hollow, and Dark Hollow is no longer available. And my CD is long gone. But on that album, there was a couple songs that I absolutely loved. One of them was What Man Would, which we're going to play tonight. And you've all heard me do Stranger, which we'll do later tonight. That's another one that came out of that catalog for me, even though it wasn't there. So we'll talk about that a little later on too. But this is for the Josh and Andy and the Diggers, and thanking them for making such great music for so long.
You want anything to hold on to. You want anything at all. I won't always be around. much more than you need. When all that you've collected brings you nowhere, closer to the one you really see. What man would ever give himself to you? What man would ever give himself to you? And it's so hard sometimes for me to hold my tongue. And it's so hard sometimes for me to hold my tongue. And when you reach out, you get nothing in return. Now you've got nothing left to give. A little What Man for you all. I've been doing that one solo for a while. It's one that sort of always really fits nice in the set. It's a real sort of really good solo acoustic song. I don't think we played it as a band very much at all, if ever, but that was the first time tonight. That was nice. Oh, we got Big Pink on the go again. And for anybody who didn't believe that I was talking about last week with Big Pink being the Bologna and that being their mascot, I got proof. Allison, you got proof there? Look, see, there's a parade in Newfoundland, and there's Big Pink out showing off his big stick to everybody. That's the bologna. That's the Maple Leaf bologna, Big Pink. Yeah, so he actually exists. So when I was talking about Big Pink, everybody thought I was being sexual with the sausage. It's like, no, there's a big pink thing that runs around Newfoundland, known as the wild bologna. Ask anybody back home about the wild bologna, and they will tell you a tale. Not necessarily a true tale. It is 8:18, ladies and gentlemen. We have taken up 18 minutes of your time so far this evening, and thank you very much for tuning in, getting away from the world and everything that we know that's out there. Place to escape and hang out. Here we are. We changed some lighting tonight. I hope it's looking good where you are. We changed the sound a little bit too. Every week it's a different experience for us here. We have yet to land on the perfect magic thing, but then it's always changing. So either way, we do have this part one of the interview with Josh and Andy, and as a special bonus for y'all, at the top of part two, there's a song for that they sent in for the show. So this is Andy Mays from the Skydiggers. Everything that I would say to set it up is going to be said in the interview. So Allison, Neil, and Mr. Grant, everybody on the count of 3 and 2 and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Whiskey Wednesday Show. I am sitting here in my studio today, and my good friend, I shouldn't say good friend, somebody that I've known for a long time. He's more than an acquaintance, less than a good friend. I've got so much respect for him as a person from what I've seen with his work with the Skydiggers over the last 30 years. Andy Mays is here, and welcome to the show, Andy. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Ken. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. The weather's changed a little bit, so we have some sunlight, which is really nice. Always. And I find that the sun, well, it's turned a little gray now, but earlier today we had sunshine, and if I can look out and see the sun, my day is way better. I don't know.
Well, we have the in August we have the dog days of summer, and this time of year is I consider the dog days of winter.
It really is. It really is. The one thing that I'm noticing that I'm starting to really get excited about is, I have a pretty tight schedule here at the house with Allison and everything, and dinner happens to, it has to be on the table at a certain time. So I'm very much in a schedule on when my nap happens. And, I'm usually, if I do lie down for a nap, I try and be up at 5:30, 5:45 to have dinner on the table for 6:30. And the last couple of days, waking up at that time, it's still daylight out.
And that's been amazing.
It's a nice feeling.
It's a really nice feeling.
Yeah,
Yes.
the days are getting longer.
They are.
Yeah.
The days are getting longer, and yourself and me are at a point in our life where we have so much behind us and still so much ahead of us, which is kind of new, because I feel like we're part of the first generation of, I don't want to say the word rock star, but I want to say the word, I'd like to come up with a word that sort of encapsulates what we've done. We've made music publicly for 25 or 30 years to a commercial audience. So what I was really curious to hear from you today, somebody that's been doing it for so long, and not only as a musician and a front person, but also you helped create a record company, a Canada-wide Maple Music. You've been in the business on so many levels, and you are now 65, is that correct?
What year is it?
It's 26.
26. I'm 66.
You're 66, okay.
I'm
So at
getting my
60
kicks on Route 60.
There you go. At 66, how are you finding it? How are you finding it still doing it? And what do you miss about sort of the way it used to be? And what are you excited about for, sort of continuing to do what you're doing in this day and age? I know that's a really long intro to a question.
I'm not sure if I'm going to directly answer your question, but I will say that when Josh and I started out 40 years ago playing together, we were coming out of bands that had played live shows, and basically we couldn't play a song unless we had the full setup.
Right.
So we decided we wanted to take it right back, strip everything right back to an acoustic guitar and two voices, so that we could go and play anywhere, anytime, for anyone.
Right.
And that's always been a part of, for the last 40 years, of how I make music. In that it sometimes the bells and whistles are nice, but they're not necessary.
Right.
So I think of what we do as being, we're not reinventing the wheel. We never set out to reinvent the wheel. We set out hopefully to be another spoke in the wheel of music that we loved, roots-based music, Hank Williams, the Dillmore Brothers, Doc Watson, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, the Clash. We took in everything that we experienced and that we loved. The Byrds, REM. I mean, REM changed my whole outlook towards making music and being in a band. The band I was in, Directive 17, we liked Psychedelic Furs, The Jam, early U2. And then I heard REM and all of the singing going on, the counter melodies, the honesty of it.
Yeah.
And I fell in love.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that.
I really like what you said about stripping it down to something that, you and Josh could take anywhere. And you and Josh Finlayson, you have been doing this for as long as I know, and I've probably seen you as a duo with Josh more than I've seen the Diggers over the years.
There's nowhere to hide.
Yeah.
There's not a rhythm section to hide behind, or you really know if the songs work or not.
Yeah, when I first started going out and doing like solo shows, just putting together the set, just songs that I would always worked with bands, and I'd play it on an acoustic guitar, and I go, this song, there's nothing to this fucking song. This song doesn't work as a song. It's just like, you realize that, different songs have different strengths. Some songs have the same thing repeated for 3 minutes and people love it. Other times it's a 9-minute narrative that, if you mistake the tense of a verb, you lose the whole song. Those things can be really important. One of
the best shows I've ever seen was Nick Lowe at Lee's Palace
Wow.
in a rock club, sitting, playing acoustic guitar. This was when he was, I think, just really starting out on this phase of his career. And of course, the back of the room was all bass players.
Yeah.
You know, Basil Donovan was there. I went with Ron Macy. Who else was there? I'm sure Derek Brady was there. Yeah, anyway, it was all bass players. But he sat in a rock room with 500 people,
Yeah.
and the pacing, the songs, everything was excellent. The room was dead quiet. Unlike most Toronto rooms where if it's an acoustic act playing, people in the back will be visiting.
Yeah.
And that was one of the best shows I've ever seen with a guy with his acoustic.
But a lot of these rooms, it's very difficult to go and find that type of intimacy.
Yeah, well, especially the rock clubs.
Exactly.
They're not flexible as you know. It's people go there. I mean, it's a social gathering as well.
Exactly.
So I don't think I've ever asked an audience to be quiet. I figure that's my job. My job is to make them listen through music.
Yep.
Or the story that I'm telling, not to berate them into, because usually when people are talking, it's because they're having a good time.
But your first album came out and it was on a label that sort of had financial issues as you were going through it. And then your next one had a similar thing with a new label. And I think 10 years after your career, you were still having a hard time finding your product, so to speak.
Yeah. The first record came out on a label based out of California called Enigma.
Okay.
And Enigma were a great little label. They had a 3-person office in Canada.
Okay.
Derek Ross, Mark Smith, and Debbie Puck.
Okay.
And so we were their first Canadian signing. And we were very excited because we were going to get a guaranteed US release.
Right.
And the 3 people in Canada, as far as I know, they were the first record label to have, they all had little Macintosh computers.
Yep.
And the 3 of them did the work of about 12 people. They designed their own ads. Derek did radio promotion. Debbie did all the distribution stuff. It was great. And Enigma was a cool little label.
Yeah.
I forget some of the acts. There's I think a Christian rock band called Striper.
Oh yeah, I remember Striper.
Who dressed in black and yellow. They kind of look like bumblebees. And there's the Dead Milkmen.
Yeah.
I think was another. Anyway, it was a cool little label who sort of worked college radio.
Right.
But they got involved with, I think it was either Capitol or Warner. And they gave them a boatload of money and they signed David Cassidy, who was not kind of part of the ethos of the company, I would say.
Right.
Because they wanted to go from, being a kind of a college radio darling record label to actually making big money through David Cassidy. So they poured a ton of money into David Cassidy and basically bankrupted the label.
That's what happened. Wow.
Yeah, so we were without a label for about a year, and then DMD formed, which was Derek, Mark, and Debbie. So they were let go by Enigma,
right,
and they started their own label. So our second and third records came out on DMD.
Okay.
And then that relationship ended, and we signed with Warner Music Canada. Tim Cook signed us.
Yes. Okay.
And that was a great time for roots Canadian music. Warner had a roster with Blue Rodeo, Spirit of the West, Bare Naked Ladies, the Waltons.
Oh yeah.
I'm missing somebody. I'm sorry. Whoever I've missed, I apologize.
I
But
think Weeping Tile had an album out on Warner as well.
they did.
Yeah.
They did. And this was all, Kim kind of brought everyone together. Oh, Odds.
Yes.
Odds. Yeah.
That's it.
And it was kind of a golden time. So
Mm-hmm.
we put out one record with Warner, Road Radio. And then Peter Cash decided he just didn't like touring.
Right.
And that's basically all we did. So that was the end of the Warner relationship. And since then, we've made and released our own albums. So since 1997.
So you've been doing it DIY for 30 years.
Yes.
After sort of a 12-year stretch with labels.
About 6 year, 7 year. Yeah.
Now,
And the landscape has changed so much.
well, that's what I was going to say. People don't understand when you said, like when you say things like they did their own ads, talking about the early record company, we're talking about people like cutting out pieces of paper that have been printed and laying them on artboards to like spell out words and stuff. There was no Photoshop. Corel Draw and stuff were just coming around, but only the professional illustrators were using those.
Yeah.
Like I was even working at Music Express magazine in like as late as 1991 or 92. And the art department was still, cutting and gluing things on, just like for typefacing.
Yeah.
So people have no idea what we talk about when we talk about 40 years ago, sort of working in a record company. Like it was fax machines and telephones.
Yes.
There was no internet. There was no send me a photo of this. Or there was no, I think about the world of videos, how video killed the radio star and now internet is killing the video star and everything else. Like back in those days, we would do videos. I mean, I remember the Watchmen doing videos like closing down part of 2 blocks of Bay Street for like 2 days to shoot like these epic scenes with nobody on them. Like, I don't know where we got the money to do this stuff. Like, we did. And I know one of your later videos, like Andrew McNaughton shot it and then, sort of set a scene outside of a bridge and stuff. And I've worked with Andrew a bunch as a photographer and he did some stuff with the Watchmen as well. Brilliant. But he was not cheap in those days. And when you think about the money that we spent on those video concepts and the amount of time that went into them and what we got out of them comparatively to what people are doing on the internet nowadays, generating their own content, shooting their own videos, sometimes 2-3 times a week. It's how do you feel about that? And how does somebody with your experience deal with it?
I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that the tools of creativity and production have been democratized. I think that's amazing. I know when we released our first album, I don't think we were keen on making videos. We didn't get into music to make videos.
Right.
But our second video, which was for "I Will Give You Everything," built a career for us.
Yes.
The video and the radio play for that song, to this day, keeps. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So I don't know what to. At that time, I was offended that our second video cost as much to produce as the album did.
Yeah.
I thought that is. I want the money to be spent on the music, but
that was the time.
That was the time, and that worked.
Yeah. Our marketing budget was as big as the recording budget. It was.
Oh, at least. Yeah.
That was if not more. And but you would see. I mean, I remember seeing results. I remember joining the Watchmen, and the band going from. I just remember sort of before the record came out, like there was billboards up, in along the DVP in Toronto and then in Winnipeg and Calgary. And I was just like, and then the record came out and it was just like, suddenly everybody was there. And it was because of the marketing. Marketing worked back then.
Sure. Well, you had a certain path that you would follow when you were promoting something. And mainstream media still had record reviewers, had critics, and that's all changed.
And hello again. We are back. What a great chat with Andy. He's I can't wait for you guys to hear the song that they did now at the beginning of the next section. I gotta say, it's very exciting to to be able to speak to these people that have influenced me my whole life. This show, as strange and odd as it is to the rest of the world, it's really sort of it's an honor for me to be able to do these things sometimes. Andy and Josh, they were having a meeting last week or something, and they shot a little video for the show, which we'll see next. And I remember watching it, I was just like, oh, this is so good, And then I kind of went, oh my God, like the Skydiggers did something for for the show. Like, this is for us. And it was just like, wow, that's really fucking cool, man. People take time out to do that. So, anyways, appreciate it very much. We're going to play a song now called, as soon as I look up, I will know. I think we're doing the other side of wrong, right? Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Got a couple tunes. We get back to part 2 with Andy. Hello, Suzanne Westfall. Yes, a great conversation with Andy. Hey, Roger Price. How you doing, buddy? We'll be seeing you soon. Christoph, Italy, how you doing? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the interview. Excellent. Thank you very much. Sort of doing some shouting out here, saying hi to people. Okay, so here we go. This is a song called "The Other Side of Wrong," which we've redone recently like this, and I quite enjoy how it sounds. You all ready?
Sure.
1, 2.
Nothing left to hide. You still seem far away from me, but you're here by my side. Street light in the distance, through the window hits your eyes. The devil's got his hand on you, your tears are running dry. House on paper good, but you don't understand. You smile your way through choices, time slips through our hands. Whatever happened to finding our way? How did we get here on the other side today? What
screaming goat is still not found by Ron. Okay, Alison, put the put the TV camera on for a second. Let's give Ron a fair chance here. The one on the TV, yeah. Can you see it?
So, yeah.
Zoom in on me a bit. Zoom in on me a bit.
The Zoom,
Oh, this one doesn't zoom, right?
no.
Okay, forget that then. Keep looking. You still got 2 songs to find it.
Just a little white dot.
I know. Hey Diana from Torbay, I hope you're doing well. I hope to see you when we're back home. I can't give everybody free tickets to the Watchmen because that would be the whole room. But anybody who wants to see me and have a hangout, we're doing a free afternoon of music and drinking at the Ship on the Saturday. So come down and I'll play some music for you for free, and then we'll get drunk. Sounds like fun. Oh, look at that! Alison's got a picture of it and everything. There you go. Who's that young kid in front? Oh, that's me. Here's another one.
Are we doing
Do what? Oh, we do. Yes.
video? Are we all
We have another commercial break here, ladies and gentlemen. On the count of 3, 2, 1.
Hey folks, thanks for tuning in to the Whiskey Wednesday show. Every Wednesday we will be here, rain or shine, richer or poorer. Tip jar is in the link above. Never expected but always appreciated. Never confuse the size of your paycheck with the size of your talent. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by midnight. Always appreciated, never expected. Please feel free to drop us a line regarding anything, including a link to your money. Cheers.
I came here from the city, trying to find some peace of mind, to get myself on track and buy myself some time. This town is growing on me.
Neil was first on that one. Neil won that one. He was ready the whole time, holding the remote up, waiting. Thank you, Tony, for putting that up. Yes, and last week there was a few people that pitched in. I haven't made any habit out of thanking people when they, out of thanking people by name when they do sort of contribute, because I think it's a bit of an invasion of privacy, maybe. But I do appreciate it all. And last week we got 120. That brings the total this week to, where are we at there? Ooh, 275 raised, 3,489 in the next 10 and a half months. There you go. See, that's totally attainable.
Piece of cake.
It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Yeah, but we chip away at this piece of cake one bite at a time. There's a song called "The Devil," ladies and gentlemen. It goes just like this.
Got wet. I was sorry that you came and then you left. And I went outside for a smoke, and a whiskey and a toke. I felt the rain and then I just got wet. Today across the road that no one should have, I chose to walk away from a place that used to be so goddamn good. And I went out searching on my own, trying to find a home, trying to get along the best I could. And I met I was happy, just me and mine. This went on for a while and I got so sad. Started feeling lonely and I started feeling bad. And I reached out late one night and I tried to take my life. And I remembered all the best I'd ever had. Then I woke up in the day and everything was fine. I couldn't wait to tell the story and just let it all unwind. And I looked around to take stock. There was no one left to go for a walk or have a beer and sit and talk about old times. The devil lives in St. John's, Newfoundland. Some say she's a woman, others say that he's a man. It might be gambling, it might be booze, drugs and women and brand new shoes. But the devil lives in St. John's, Newfoundland. In the corners, in the darkness, you can see him walking. In the corners, in the darkness, you can see him walking. In the corners, in the darkness, you can see him walking. In the corners, in the darkness, you can see him walking. In the corners, in the darkness. You can't see him walking.
Hey, you little the devil there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into part 2 with Andy Mays here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start it with a little song from Josh and Andy from somebody's living room, it looks like. Are we all ready on the count of 3 and a 2? And here we go.
Ken,
Hey, Ken.
Whiskey Wednesday.
Blue Railroad Train, Delmore Brothers.
Blue railroad train, I'm going down the railroad track. Makes me feel so doggone blue to listen to that old smokestack. Drive is rolling on, leaving me here behind. Give me back them good old days, let me ramble down the line. Blue railroad train, leaving me here alone. You treat me good, you treat me bad, you're making me think of home. I hear the lonesome train, I love to hear the whistle blow. He's taking the sun and leaving the rain, making me wanna go. I've got the blues, longing for company. It's many miles from where I am to the only one for me. It's so lonesome here, waiting for the manifest. I hope that engineer is kind enough to let me be his guest. Woo! Blue railroad train, a good old pal to me. Take me everywhere I wanna go, get my transportation free. Take me everywhere I wanna go, get my transportation free. Take me everywhere I wanna go, get my transportation free.
You know, I think what's happened now is, you know, the thing that Josh and I struggle with is social media.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, we didn't start playing music to make social media.
Right.
So, you know, we're reluctant participants, but also realize that the landscape has changed and we have to participate.
Yeah.
So that has been a challenge, and that's something that we're constantly discussing and trying to do in a way that is authentic to us and not to make ourselves look silly.
But now there's a permanence and an impact to everything we do.
Yeah.
You know, you can grab your acoustic guitar and do a live stream and a song you played 1,000 times perfectly and make a mistake or screw up a word that sort of makes something meme quality, and all of a sudden you're famous for some stupid thing that happened. You know, it's a scary time and place.
It is, and it's certainly changed the way that people enjoy or appreciate things, because the anonymity of posting on social media lets people say things that they would never say to someone in person.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of a meanness that
Mm-hmm.
that can occur. And I'm just talking about music. Obviously, in other places, it's far more dangerous than just being mean. It actually is.
It's
Yeah.
it's a bit of a minefield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It is. Which is why I'm not on social media at all.
I noticed that actually.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what brought me around to wanting to talk to you about this, just because I'm curious. You know, you've got yourself, who's been doing, you know, professionally doing music for 40 odd years, and you have been, like I mentioned earlier, you've been a member of so many aspects of the music business. I don't think that there's any aspect that you have not been a part of in this time. Yet when I sort of thought, you know, I better sort of see what's been happening with the Skydiggers. I'm going to be talking with Andy. I better sort of take a look at the history. And I could find a lot, but even your social media, like you have no social media under your name that I could find. The band has its social media.
Yeah.
And but even with the band's social media, the majority of it is you talking about being in a town and making a tour announcement. And then there's
It's not me.
and stuff. It's not you?
Occasionally I will write something and I'll send, you know, we have management who do those posts.
Okay.
But I will write things occasionally.
Okay.
And ask them to post it to our band's social media.
Right.
And I did set up an Instagram page about 6 years ago, but I've never done anything. I've got a nice photo.
What was I looking at today? There was you with your baseball hat and your glasses on, talking about upcoming shows. It was like
I do that occasionally.
You do those? Okay, yeah, I did see.
I
those.
do that, and once again, I do that and send it
to them,
to our management, who then post it. Because I don't know how to do it.
Now, I'm only laughing because I have a lot of friends like you.
Yeah.
Now, do you scroll social media? Are you a lurker? No.
I really enjoy YouTube.
Okay.
Which I listen to either some political podcast, Canadian political podcasts, whether it's Peter Mansbridge talking with. I love Chantal Hébert. I think it's a as a Canadian political commentator. I think she's brilliant. Um, yeah, and then I love all the old music clips.
That's where I'm getting sucked in.
Yeah,
And they're still coming out. With people like, oh, I just found this old footage in my basement and I just translated it, and it's just like, Minor Threat from their third show. It's just like,
and then it's 2 hours later, right?
yeah.
2 hours later, and you're watching, little Stevie Wonder play drums.
It's amazing, and starting to find out who played with who before. Like, what was I reading about the other day? Somebody, and they had they had been with Susie in the band. Oh, Sid Vicious. Sid Vicious played drums with Susie and the Banshees.
I didn't know that.
It was a short-lived thing, but yeah, there's one recorded set that they did where they did like an hour-long improv with Sid Vicious on drums. There's a picture. Yeah, it's like all these weirdly interesting things. You and Josh had an album that you put out years ago. I can't remember where it was. I saw you. It might have been at West Bend, or maybe it was something that I can't remember. But you guys just put out an album called Dark Hollow, which was out on CD. And I brought it home and I fell in love with it.
Thank you.
Totally, like it turned me on to so much of that music that I hadn't even yet really discovered bluegrass the way I did several years later. But listening to that record, beautiful songwriting, beautiful structure, just the way that you and Josh presented it was incredible. What Man Could is one of my favorite all-time songs. But also there was a song called Stranger. Stranger was on that album, right?
I Was a Stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
It was a Jimmy Rogers song.
I was going to ask, because that was the first time I'd ever heard that, and I started playing it, and I've been playing it for years, and I was wondering if it was part of the Jimmy Rogers. Was that part of his collection of yodel tunes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what we call it. I Was a Stranger. It could have been Blue Yodel number 9 or.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I've been just calling it Stranger for years.
And but, we learned it from a Doc Watson record.
Excellent.
So yeah, Dark Hollow we made with Michael Timmins from Cowboy Junkies.
Yes.
And we keep talking. We have to put it up on on streaming services. We just haven't done that. Nor the next record we made, I believe, was with the Cash Brothers, and that's not up on social media either.
And you have one. You have another one. Do you have another one coming out? Were you saying you had another record that you were?
We have a because it is the 40th anniversary this year of Josh and me, or Mother, don't strike me.
Josh and I believe.
Yeah, Josh and I, we started out when we were a duo. We called ourselves West Montrose.
Okay.
Which is a little community outside of Guelph, which has the last covered bridge in Ontario.
Ah.
So, we thought, that's fantastic. We're playing old songs, so we'll go and pose for photos by a covered bridge.
Okay.
So we have made a new recording of some traditional songs, acoustic re-records of some early Skydigger songs. And we're calling the album West Montrose. And we made it with Jimmy Boskill from Blue Rodeo at his studio. We were there for a couple of days. His studio just north of Coburg, Ontario. Well, it was wonderful recording because he and Josh play together.
Yeah.
And it's all that if you want to hear the rhythm of the Skydiggers, it's in Josh Finlayson's right hand.
Yeah.
He has such a great sense of rhythm, amongst other things. But there's no click tracks or anything. It's just two guys playing, and then some of the singing is live, not all of it. But the the guitars, and sometimes Jimmy would play the mandolin
Nice.
or a tenor guitar. But that's all
Wow.
done
Well,
at
I
the
look
time.
forward to that, and and the other ones as well. I look forward to it. I love those, like you said, that stripped down element. I really, really, I don't know. It's just part of what I like. I guess I'm always attracted to that. You know, all my
Yeah, me
favorite
too.
artists. That's the stuff that I tend to go to. Is their more stripped down stuff.
Mhm.
Diggers, if you can just bring me and the people watching up to speed on who the current lineup is, where you are. You're at album, what, 20 now or 19?
I'm not sure, but
Somewhere in there.
when you add in live recordings and that sort
Yeah.
of thing, we must be close to 20.
Yeah. And who's the current lineup? It's been you. You and Josh have been there from the start.
Yes, we started the band.
Yeah. And there's been I wouldn't say revolving group of musicians, but over the course of 40 years, you do tend to move through musicians.
Absolutely. Noel Webb plays drums, and he's
Right.
been playing drums with us for 20 years.
Okay. Yeah.
So Michael Johnston plays keyboards. He's been playing with us for almost 20 years.
Okay.
Derek Brady plays bass with us now,
Mm-hmm.
as well as John Dinsmore when Derek's not available. Ron Macy retired in 2012, and then Derek took up the bass mantle.
Right.
Aaron Como
Mm-hmm.
plays guitar, and he's been playing with us for, I would say, maybe pre-pandemic, maybe 7-8 years.
Okay.
And the fabulous Jesse Bell Smith has been singing with us for about 16 or 17 years.
So the lineup has been consistent for almost a couple decades.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. Wonderful band.
I mean, I'm assuming you're not doing the sort of 11 till 2 in the morning gigs anymore, like you probably did when you were doing the bars
No.
in your 20s.
No, it's a blessing that we start usually around 8 o'clock now.
And that's usually about where we are too, and I love it.
Yeah.
But still, even once 11 o'clock hits, I start thinking, oh. And I do the consideration, it's not necessarily was it worth it. It's just like, what did I get, and how do I feel? And it's always the music and the people that I'm with that give me the sense of, yeah, this was absolutely worth every second of energy that I don't feel I have right now.
Yeah.
How does that go for you?
I figure that the time on stage I would do for free.
Yeah.
What you get paid for is all the hanging around, all the grind of the traveling and being away from those people that you love.
Right.
And that's what I figure I get paid for. The music, as long as the music is a joy,
Mm-hmm.
I will continue. Josh and I have said we'll keep doing it until nobody comes to the shows. And so, so far, so good.
And I would imagine years and years from now, if there's nobody coming, you and Josh will still be sitting around with an acoustic guitar playing songs. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's never going to end, and that is the beauty of it. And I think that what you've just said kind of sums up how I feel the attitude that's come out of the Skydiggers camp has been since I started hearing about you when I was still a kid in Newfoundland before I even came to Toronto. A teenager. But it's always been just such a positive, joyous thing, and everything about the music, even though it's sort of at times emotional and sad and sentimental, there's just a beauty and a joy there, which is it's such a lovely thing. It's such a lovely
Thank
thing.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for all of your years, a lifetime of dedication to bringing Canada and the rest of the world, the music that you guys have. It's really, really, really special stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, what do you got going on for the summer now? Do the Skydiggers have a bunch of any big shows coming up?
Not a
or
lot.
tours?
Not a lot lined up. We're releasing this new record in June, and Aaron Como and I have made a record that we started about 3.5 years ago, when Aaron was still living in Charlottetown.
Okay.
So I went down for a week. We wrote some songs, His next door neighbor, Adam Gallant, has a studio in his garage. So we walked literally one house over and recorded there. And so we're just releasing that record in the next 2 weeks. And we're going to do a month of Wednesdays from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. in the front room at the Cameron House.
Oh, and for anybody who hasn't been to the Cameron House, it is a fantastic place to go and hear some of the best music that's coming out of Toronto. Not only the musicians on stage, but in the crowd, you will find all these great musicians hanging out. It's always a free show. It's a pass the hat. So make sure to bring yourself a tenner and tuck it in your back pocket and put it into the hat when it comes around. Well, Andy, thank you for taking your time, man.
Ken, a real
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I really appreciate it. Is there anything that going on in your life that you wanted to announce or talk about, or have we just kind of covered everything?
I think we've covered. I'm sure in a couple of hours I'll go. But no, it's a real pleasure to talk to you.
Well, thank you very much. And for those of you just tuning in and catching the end, I'm sitting here with Andy Mays, the singer and one of the composers for the Skydiggers, and also for the Finlayson Mays project, which I recommend checking out once they get that stuff online.
That's right.
Thanks again for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
Take care, Ken.
Cheers.
right.
And we're back. A couple of comments there. Yeah, the just some of the stuff about I don't know. It's so great. I don't know what to say. Just great. I love the Skydiggers. I love Josh and Andy. I'm gonna ask Josh to be on the show another time. Josh has a whole separate life outside of the Skydiggers and the work that he does with Andy. He works as a producer, songwriter, with so many different musicians, and he's got a great story too. So I'm hoping one day to have I think I'm gonna try for a sit-down chat with him someday when we meet each other out on the road. Try and get a little sit-down for a few minutes and get his story, because there's such great people. Okay, we are going to end the night with me throwing this piece of paper around for
5 minutes.
approximately 3 minutes. It's a piece of paper that I don't even need there.
Want to grab one of your picks while you're down there?
I've got one hidden. Oh, now see? I've got another one. This is like my 9th pick tonight. I go through them pretty badly.
I was a stranger passing through your town. Well, I was a stranger passing through your town. When I asked you for a favor, good Lord, you turned me down. Honey, I'm so lonesome, I don't know what to do. Honey, I'm so lonesome, I don't know what to do. The way you treat me, sweet baby, I hope you're lonely too. Well, if you see me walking, hear me talking by that railway track. If you see me walking, hear me talking by that railway track. You can bet your life, sweet mama, I won't be coming back. Well, I rode the Southern, I rode the Illinois. please don't get me. I'll ride them again. Well, please, Mr. Brickman, don't put me off your train. Well, Mr. Brickman, don't put me off your train. 'Cause it sure looks cold, and I think it's gonna rain. 1, 2, 3. Let's just hang there for a second. Let me catch my breath. Thank you all again for watching the Whiskey Wednesday show. I'm gonna morph into a little Clash tune now to send you all on your merry way. Well, I'm running, police on my back. I've been hiding, police on my back. There was a shooting, police on my back. And the victim, he ain't coming back. I've been running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I've been running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What have I done? What have I done? I've been running down a one-way track. They will catch me if I dare look back. Won't you give me all that speed I like? 'Cause I'm running, police on my back. I've been running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I've been running Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. What have I done? 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 Suzanne Westall, thank you very much. Great show like always. That's very nice to hear. Steve Ostolfalo, thank you very much. Ron, I'm going to give you a little clue here. What camera are we on right now, Alison? This one here in front of me?
Yes.
Can you go to my left a little bit? See if it's even visible.
And I'll go down.
And then down just a hair. See?
Oh, there he is.
He's
There
right
he
down
is.
here, peeking out. I'll bring him closer so you can see that what I'm saying is the truth.
Okay.
See, there is the screaming goat. He was hiding.
He doesn't have much scream left.
He doesn't have much scream left. He sounds a bit like a car stopping too fast. I love that. I'm gonna sample that. Yeah, so it was there. It was hidden. He was hiding in plain sight. Actually, he was hiding in a secret place. Not very plain sight at all. How you doing, Neil? What's going on?
You know, usual stuff.
Yeah, you've got your lady coming home this weekend.
Yes, on Saturday night.
That'll be
great.
awesome.
be
Somebody
very
to
nice.
snuggle with outside of Stan.
Yes.
I mean, Stan's a great snuggler, but he
He
goes
is.
out for a walk in the snow before bed, and he comes in and he's got at least a pound of snow to his undercarriage.
Absolutely.
Can't be
And,
that great for snuggling.
Well, you know, he is until he melts.
Yeah, he melts, and then you got a big wet puddle in the bed. Elaine's down Halifax. She's coming back on Saturday, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, she's been down there visiting her mom for 3 weeks, so. Yeah.
Very cool. And also, for anybody in the clubhouse who knows what I'm talking about, Mike Monroe, who's on almost every week. He's not here tonight. Hey, Llewellyn, how you doing? Mike Monroe's dad is very ill and is, from what I can tell from Mike's sister's posts today, and his brother's posts, he's at the end of his life. So that's a very sad thing for Mike Monroe tonight and his family. I know the family quite well, and Mike's dad. I only kind of sat with him once for a conversation. That was when the band that me and Mike had decided that the summer between high school and university, where we were supposed to get summer jobs to pay for university, we weren't getting jobs. We were going to be professional musicians and go on tour with the amazing Glenn, which we ended up doing for the entire summer, not making any money. But Mike Monroe and Catherine and Ken and the rest of the family, so sorry for what's happening, and sending you guys lots of love and positivity. Next week we've got All Request Week. I think we have a picture of that. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving these new images. Oh, there we go. There's the goats having some scotch and an All Request. So get your requests in for next week, please. We've got Pain-Free Living as the video rewind tonight, and I think we've covered everything. On Joe's three-string guitar box. Exactly, Ron. See, you knew where it was. Oh my God, you can't believe you didn't see it. Of course you can't believe it. It was right in front of you the whole time, right out of the sight of the camera. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Mr. Grant, how was your week now that you've been back from Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Is your skin falling off?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
The tan has faded.
The tan has faded.
Yeah. Sort of sinking back into all my old bad habits. It feels like being home,
So you're not eating like freshly picked fruit and fresh fish from the ocean every day anymore?
I don't have my fresh papaya for breakfast.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe that you were down doing that. Well, this is a well-deserved punishment now that you don't have it.
No, I don't.
Now you get to have pears from No Frills.
Bananas.
Bananas are great.
Bananas, that's sort of best substitute I can find.
For a papaya? I don't think I've ever eaten a papaya. They look gross.
Man, they're so good.
I know, they look gross. I know.
Well, they are gross. The ones you get here, these little gnarly things.
Yeah.
The papayas they're like the size of a football, and they're smooth, and
different
you
thing
slice
altogether.
off the end, and you slice off a slice like an inch thick.
Oh, okay.
And you take the seeds out, you take the peel off, and then you chop it
Right.
up into chunks and yum it down.
Papaya for breakfast. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Thanks, Al, for the papaya.
Okay, everybody. Looks like we got some goodbyes happening here. Thank you very much for everybody. Next week we'll be back for All Request, and then it's a busy month. I've got Newfoundland. I got a 3-day Watchmen run. Do we got that Watchmen picture there? I know we're late, but the Watchmen show is coming up. Doesn't matter. It's the tour one. We got the Watchmen show tour coming up. We got to shoot a video. We got a new single coming out. It's going to be a really busy month. I'm really looking forward to it. And after that, spring is going to be here. So I think we're good. Pain-Free Living is tonight. Is there anything I've missed? We all clear? Okay then. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again. Remember, be like Steve. Cheers.
I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have the perfect job I dreamed of, and at times I can take it for a while. And sometimes I take small things for granted, while other times all I can do is smile. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. 'Cause I don't have a moment of pain-free living, and at times I can take it for a while. And sometimes it takes away a part of me that's real, and other times I just wanna close my eyes and hide. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. Here we go. like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. To be honest, it's an uphill battle with depression, and the drugs the doctor gives me ain't so tight. Sometimes it feels like my skin is crawling, and other times bad TV can be alright. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before. I like to get high, I like to get higher, I like to get more high than I was before. I like to get stoned, I like to get stoneder, I like to get more stoned than I was before.
Once again, thanks for spending another Wednesday with us here at Storyhouse Studios. Thanks to Trainer Yorkville for being a part of the show. We love our time on the Whiskey Wednesday show and appreciate all of your support. Don't forget to hit up the tip jar if you feel so inclined. Never expected, but always appreciated. Tune in every week for more guests, songs, stories, drinks, and gear talk. And don't forget to visit the website, www.kentizzard.com, to sign up for the Whiskey Wednesday wrap-up. Compiled by Allison, this is a monthly overview with highlights, directories of songs, and so much more. Be kind, be helpful, be happy, be safe. See you next week.
On a Jim Beam.